All right, so it's been a couple weeks since it's come out, but Absolute Batman, the annual #1, he literally goes to beat up Nazis. Like, that's not like, oh, hey, it's this bad group of people. No, they're Nazi-based. So he comes across this guard, and he turns that guard's arm into a kneecap because he kicks it up. And then Absolute Batman, Bruce Wayne, Absolute Universe, which apparently, like, Darkseid created this universe because everybody's really angry. Bruce Wayne Batman picks up this guard and hits Kenny Omega's Wand Wing Angel finisher. Now, okay, I know AEW and DC Comics have, like, a working relationship, but, like...
because of their TV parent company.
But still, I kind of want to see who else gets other finishers. Like, I would love to see Wonder Woman with, like, all of Swerve's moves. Like, of course. Or, like,
or Batman Who Laughs with a Muscle Buster.
Just the no look from Joe would be great.
Yes, it would.
So, as of the day of recording this, earlier today, Earlier today, they released the full trailer for Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
Yeah.
And the only reason why I bring this up is because, one, I'm a big Five Nights at Freddy's fan.
Yes, you are.
Matthew Lillard.
I was going to say Matthew Lillard fan, why I'm excited, but
that yes. Too. Matthew Lillard is reprising his role as William Afton. He'll come back as Springtrap for those of you who know. Yay. If not, it's fine. Watch the first one. They showed the trailer today. I'm watching it. And William Afton, who Matthew Lillard is playing before he went crazy, was working with this guy, Henry, to build these animatronics.
Yeah,
and then
FNAF universe.
Yes, and then William... Well, for who they casted as Henry, I'm not 100% sure anymore. But for William, he unalives Henry's daughter, and all this shit goes down. But the guy that they got to... Sorry, the guy who they casted to play Henry is Skeet Ulrich. It's Billy from Scream. Mm-hmm. They paired these two guys, and this works so well for me. But it does kill one of my theories about the first Five Nights at Freddy's movie. I had a theory that Matthew Lillard's character from Scream didn't die, and he just moved away and renamed himself William Afton. Because the last thing he says before he gets spring-trapped in the suit at the end of the first Five Nights at Freddy's movies is, I always come back, which is what he said in Scream. So I had this really cool headcanon, and then they completely disrupted it for me.
Yeah, but I'm sad about it, because you really like to talk about it.
I do. Go watch the trailer. It looks amazing. We're getting the baby versions, or like the toy versions of the animatronics. Mangle's in it. And it also looks like we're getting the Nightmare versions of the animatronics. Which, Nightmare Bonnie is by far the best. Fight me. I don't care. But anyway, I've gone on long enough. It's the Koffin Click podcast. My name is Jeff, and I am here with...
Did you run on long enough, though, Jeff?
Feels like it. I can keep going.
And yeah, I'm Justin. How y'all doing? Welcome in.
And I'm Juan. Welcome, everybody. Sorry, no Juan puns this time. I gotta think of a good one.
I mean, they are kind of hard to do.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's not like you're one in a million.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Nothing. Got it. All right, cool. I tried.
I'll have a good Juan next time.
Yeah.
So, this week, we have Trap, Heretic, and Death of a Unicorn. And,
Trap.
It's a trap. Oh, I didn't think about that. The whole time I watched that movie, I did not think about Admiral Akbar once.
It's a trap.
I hope there's a fan edit that somebody did of just Admiral Akbar every time he, like, Josh Hartnett goes to leave or Dream. It's a trap.
It's a trap.
they
Power the forward counters. It's a trap.
They cut out the background, and it's just Hannibal Akbar at the concert.
Yeah.
He'd fit in with the Lady Raven stuff. Anyway, just good.
Just dancing Akbar. Yeah.
And believe it or not, that's not the only Star Wars reference we're going to make this episode. But
Yeah.
so the first movie is before I forget, we're going to introduce something new to the podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, we're only 19 episodes in. Gotta shake things. Sorry, my inner Vince McMahon voice almost came out. We gotta shake things up a bit. You know, induce a lethal injection of poison.
A lethal injection of score.
Score. Oh my God, no. Oh my God, no. Beavis, your balls are filthy. Anyway.
No, the Spanish. But the balls.
What, werewolves?
Anyway, so this is gonna be a good episode. So, first movie we have up is Trap. It came out August 2nd, 2024. This was directed and written by M. Night Shyamalan, who I have a storied history with.
No doubt.
I'll get to Shyamalan here in a minute. But this stars Josh Hartnett as Cooper, Ariel Donahue as Riley, and Salika Shyamalan as Lady Raven. And I just realized that the one person I did not get was Cooper's wife, because she looked very familiar to me.
Yeah, she's in a ton of stuff.
Alison Pill.
Yeah. Alison Pill is in a lot of things.
Huh. Any
I don't
hoozles.
know many of them off the top of my head that are horror, though.
No, but
Or
she's...
suspense, I guess, in this movie's case.
yeah.
Because this was like a modern Hitchcock suspense more than anything. It wasn't like a...
All right.
I'm not saying Shyamalan's Hitchcock, but I mean...
No.
He's...
But he tries.
He's towards the 10 or 20 somewhere, probably.
So I have 3 facts about this movie real quick. M. Night Shyamalan declared in an interview that the plot was inspired by the Washington, D.C. Operation Flagship Sting operation on December 15th, 1985, which was organized by the U.S. Marshals Service and the Metropolitan Police to lure wanted fugitives to the Washington Convention Center under the pretense of free tickets. It resulted in 101 arrests, one of the largest and most successful mass arrests of fugitives by U.S. law enforcement. Operation Flagship was also the inspiration for the sting shown in Sea of Love in 1989. So the other one is kind of quick. Salika Shyamalan did all of the music for this. Like, the soundtrack to this movie is just all the Lady Raven songs.
Yeah.
Which I may have to find.
Which is basically just her ghostwrite for this movie anyway. 'Cause
right.
She's trying to be like a star under
her voice is amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm obviously not saying it to dispute that or something. But.
No. Her whole aesthetic in this film was really cool.
Yeah.
And she played a bigger part than I thought she was going to.
Yeah,
but
considering like M. Night's past with like people that have to do with his like circle or family, obviously in this case.
Yeah.
He's usually very, very like toned down with it. So
yeah.
for her to be like the left hand of this movie or some BS, like that was impressive on its own, considering like his past movies and stuff. Because whenever it's like family or his circle, it's always like very like driven into the back. It's never like
kind of like
hey, here it is.
Kind of like his cameo being the security guard.
Yeah.
Like
his cameo, he always wanted to be like dialed into the back, but it was surprising to see someone that he wanted to guest essentially being that far in the front of the movie.
True. Yeah.
A ton of his past movies. Oh yeah, I wanted this guy to guest or this gal to guest, and you know they're just here in the back somewhere as like an Easter egg almost.
Right.
So for someone who was family or his circle to not be an Easter egg was kind of neat. At the first, I guess, right?
No, I completely agree. While being distributed by a major studio, Warner Brothers. Ha! Made the Warner Brothers thing earlier. Yay! Yeah. Oh, it all comes together. While being distributed by a major studio, Warner Brothers, Trap was allowed to resume filming under an interim agreement during the SAG-AFTRA strike, as M. Night Shyamalan independently finances his own films.
Yes, he does.
It's just nuts.
That might have a little something to do with his daughter trying to be a pop star or whatever, but money's money.
However you fund your movies, man. I like. And so
Although I don't actually know if she's like actually attempting like pop stardom in real life.
Yeah, like okay. she's trying to.
That was my bad. That's one thing I did not actually Google for this movie for this week.
So I will never completely shit on a director because I believe that every director has their creative vision, what they see, how they see it, their tone, how they want to do things.
And it's only actors that can never have a bad movie. Gene Hackman. Not directors. All directors can have a bad movie.
Well, we're going to talk about M. Night Shyamalan's, and it's not this, by the way.
Yeah.
Spoiler warning. That's not the twist. It's not Trap.
It has nothing to do with suspense or horror either.
My favorite M. Night Shyamalan movie is Lady in the Water.
That's a good one.
It is my favorite Paul Giamatti movie. It is one of my favorite all-around stories of his, aside from that one, like that elevator movie, where it's just like a bunch of people trapped in an elevator, and then like the twist is that the old lady was like the devil.
Yeah.
I hate that movie. Made me hate elevators for a very long time.
I don't know, I liked it, but I feel like that's just because something that makes normal people, like some people uncomfortable is something where I'm like, oh, hell yeah, this is awesome. I'm always weird like that.
He's very good at doing that. He's almost like Stephen King in the sense about taking an object, making it scary enough to be like, I don't know, I'll take the stairs. It's fine.
Yeah.
But the reason why I bring up my favorite M. Night Shyamalan movie is to talk about the one that irks me the most. And that was his version of Avatar: The Last Airbender, and that's all I'm going to say about it. Because I do not want to rant for 45 minutes on my true feelings of that movie. But as far as Trap goes, even though I knew Josh Hartnett, or Cooper was the butcher, I was kind of rooting for him to make it out.
Yeah.
Like it made me feel icky because I was hoping that he wasn't the killer. Because I thought it was going to be somebody else. I thought he was doing this for the butcher.
Oh, like the butcher was making him do it?
Yeah, because
okay.
I thought the butcher was his wife.
Oh, okay.
Because of the whole twist that she knew what he was doing with no background info going into that until the end, the twist at the end. Mm-hmm. But I was kind of rooting for him, and it maybe because I've seen Josh Hartnett in a bunch of different movies earlier. In an earlier episode, we did 30 Days a Night, and Josh knocked it out of the park with that. And I think that's the other reason why Josh Hartnett works for this role, because you see somebody like Josh Hartnett, and you're just like, oh, he wouldn't hurt anybody. Oh, he hurt a lot of people.
Supposedly.
Yeah. Well, there was the picture that they show of all the bodies that they found. They were all covered up. So when I started off watching this movie, I was going to text you guys and be like, hey guys, man, I'm sorry. This is going to be my life soon. My kids are getting older. I want to take them to concerts. And then I immediately deleted that message when it was revealed within the first 10 minutes of the movie that he's a serial killer. I was like, never mind.
Yeah.
Backtrack. But this movie, up until the very end, kept me on my toes. I'm a very anxious person as is. So to see him try to get his way out of this trap in all of the creative ways that he tried to get out, which is another... No, that was a Jordan Peele film. Sorry. This movie's done by Warner Brothers, and the other two movies we'd watched were A24 films.
Yeah, that was a really weird dichotomy this week in my head, too.
It was. Because I was like, oh, wait, Death of a Unicorn, A24? Heretic, A24? Oh, my God. Combo breaker. I didn't realize that if Trap would have been an A24 film, I think we would have had a way bloodier experience.
Well, the only sad part, not sad, but the only part about that is M. Night doesn't need an A24 to make his movie.
Nope. But I'm going to talk about A24 later because, oh boy.
Yeah.
But this movie kept me on my toes. I felt trapped. I felt like he'd go to get out and be like, oh, he's going to... oh, wait, he's the bad guy. Damn it. Juan or Justin?
Yeah, I mean, where my mind goes... When the guest singer hatch opens, where my mind ends up going is that he's just gonna toss his kid on the floor and jump in there, because that's just the first thing I thought in the movie. It's he's gonna go jump in there or some shit.
Thank you for reminding me. So when that other artist comes through, I was like, oh my god, it's Russ. I listen to this dude's music. That is awesome. And then when that thinker guy walked by. For a split second, I thought it was Terry Crews's character from Idiocracy.
Mountain Dew Camacho.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, because when he walks past him and he the thinker flips his blonde hair or whatever, the security lady says that.
I didn't even think of that when I was watching it though.
I was like, oh, is that Terry Crews? But when when the thinker flips his hair and he looks at Cooper. I legitimately thought at that point the lady that's walking them out says, oh, if you're a woman they'll let you go, but if you're a man they're going to stop you, ask some questions. I thought Cooper was going to go kill that dude and take his hair and just wear it as a wig to try and play female to get out. I don't think, Josh Hartnett kind of has. Also, I'm sorry, I'm talking too much. Can you guys explain to me why Josh Hartnett took... I understand it, but, can you guys tell me why Josh Hartnett felt the need to take his shirt off at the end of the movie? To kill his wife? Or to attempt to kill his wife?
I don't know.
My thought is that he didn't want to get blood on it.
But he left his pants on?
Well, I don't know. That was my thought at first. Well, I'll be honest. I'm just saying that was my thought at first because he didn't want to get blood on it. But
it's possible. I was just going for the age-old trope of the husband establishing dominance or whatever.
Okay.
Well, because he's a neat freak. But yeah, I didn't think that.
50s movies or whatever.
Right.
If the dude gets to a certain point, he's just like, whoosh, why'd you do that, lady?
Right.
Bam, straight to the moon.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. That was my thought, is because he's a neat freak.
Yeah,
and they mentioned that he was a neat freak because if you remember, right before he left, not to jump ahead, but when he left the bathroom, he fixed the towel.
When he fixed the towel thing, I was like, oh, he's OCD. And
right,
then,
he's OCD. There you go.
Not that I would have used it for the same purpose that he did, but to have a magnetic, hole in your garage. Because when he grabbed the little thing, I was like, what is that? Oh, it's his bag.
Right.
Where'd that all come from? That's cool.
And the damn tunnel to his neighbor's house where the SWAT had no chance?
Yeah.
No chance. He thought of everything until his wife thought he was everything.
It also, kind of messed me up in the way you were talking about earlier a little bit. Because I tend to think of everything most of the time. So just watching a dude who's a suburban dad / serial killer that was thinking of everything, it was just messing with me the whole time. Because I tend to have that tendency, whether you want to akin it to a serial killer or not, where I'll overthink until I have a concept of everything, quote unquote.
Which is the other thing that kind of cracks me up about this is that the profiler, the old lady, his mom, I have no idea. That ending scene was weird.
Yeah. Well,
she's supposed to be...
It wouldn't be M. Night without a weird end towards the end scene.
I thought the same thing, to be honest with you. When they were going into his house or whatever, I had that same thought too. I was like, or when they were bringing him out of the house or whatever, the second time or whatever, when they finally caught him, I was like, is that his mom? Did she like drive him to be this person, and that's why she caught him so easily?
So,
but then she didn't know who he was, so I was like, well then no, it can't be his mom. But I did have that thought. I
because
like,
his mom shows up when he throws when he does the grease thing.
The grease pipe bomb.
Yeah, the grease thing. So I was like, oh, did his mom beat him, and this is what turned him into this? Like,
well, yeah, that's what I think.
But we're led to believe that profiler is like the top, like the best, the top of her game, right?
Yeah.
So she said, according to her breakdown was that he's a school teacher. His wife was.
Right. He
was a firefighter.
Right.
So, like, I mean, granted, she got everything else right, but, like, if you're the top of your game and, like, oh, I'm my shit doesn't stink, this, that, and the other thing, it's like, that's what you got wrong? I mean, granted, you did nail everything else. But, yeah, I just...
Yeah.
So you were... Go ahead.
No, I mean, I actually semi-lost my train of thought. But, damn it.
Oh, before we started the pod, you said you wanted to bitch at the police in this movie?
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, so I wasn't going to, but then you brought up that fact that put it in even worse perspective for me, that this was a sting in 1985 with a football stadium or whatever the hell that was. So if this is the police state silly shit they're coming up with, what is that, 30 years ago now?
Well, I mean, this movie was based on something that happened in 1985.
No, I know. But you can look it up. There's things that have been similar to this that have occurred in the recent past. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just insane and, like, really want to start the government over or something. But, like, we're going to cordon off or subjugate 3,000 dudes just because we're looking for one stupid serial killer. Now, if this is something that can be a conceivable thing amongst our police force, police statey, whatever the hell you want to call it, what are they going to come up with next year? The year after that? Which is, I mean, and it's not, I'm not really making a statement on anything.
Right, just, but in this context, it seemed like a really heavy-handed task.
Like, because, that was one of the things that, like, shocked me with this movie, aside from my own weird tendency crap like we already talked about. It's like, I mean, police are all over the damn news now. And, like, I get the movie was last year, sure. But, like, I mean, I don't even really know what I'm trying to say. I guess at the end of the day, I just really want to get all the people I give a damn about and go in the boonies somewhere. Or just move into the middle of a friggin' haunted forest in Japan. I don't know. I'll figure it out one day.
Jake Paul tried that and got kicked out.
I think I kind of know where you're going with that, but you kind of lost where I think you were going to go with it. But what I was just thinking when you were saying...
going anywhere with it.
But what I was going to say is the thing that came to my mind when you were saying what you were saying is the thing that came to my mind of all the places that they could have sprung this trap is why in such a big place and with so many people when hopefully everybody's seen this movie first. We're not doing any spoilers, but if you haven't seen this movie, pause it, go watch it, and then come back and listen to the rest of this. But with that being said, the wife is the one that had him, that was trying to get him caught. Why, of all places, she could have picked a smaller venue, a less, public area for him to get caught in. Plus, not only that, was with his daughter. If she cared about her kids, why did she pick that venue? Unless she just thought that maybe it was a safer venue and it was a better chance for her daughter to survive with it being such a big place and with so many people. I think that's the only thing I could think of why she picked that location to.
I don't know. I mean,
get them to spring the trap.
It was good, and it's not like my favorite M. Shyamalan movie.
Right.
I have 3 reasons as to why I think she'd like. I definitely get where you're coming from. Mm-hmm. So one, she originally thought it was an affair. So
right.
even the fact of she didn't really think he was the butcher.
Right.
2, if she wanted a different venue, she would have had to find a different artist that her daughter liked.
No, she did have an idea that he was the butcher.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, you're right.
Because he said that you must have went back and seen my,
Yeah, his place.
Yeah, during that whole exposition
that's right.
thing.
Right.
She
so that's
knew it
why
wasn't
she
an
left
affair because it was just a chair and a table or whatever.
Right,
like
that's why
said.
she left the receipt for them to figure out that, that's where he's going to be.
So I also think the other reason being is that, yes, he did kill a bunch of people, but he was never going to harm his children.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have a problem with that.
Yeah, because that's what it's shown. But he was never going to do anything to his daughter because his biggest regret after,
that's true.
After the planned murder-suicide headline that he was talking about was that he's not going to see Riley grow up or Logan grow up. Like, that was his thing. And, like... Yeah, she went to go link back there. He went to, look when he's walking, when the cops are walking him out at the very end. Granted, he does take the spoke to get himself out, but it's something he cared about enough to pick the bike up because he was still a dad.
Right.
And, that profile of being a serial killer,
that's okay. It's usually me doing that.
Right. Just that profile of, being a serial killer, yeah, you can go chop people up left and right, but you're not going to touch your family. Look at the BTK killer. I mean, we can go on and on and on about this, but I don't think if that was the case, if he would have done something to his daughter, we wouldn't have had a movie. The movie would have been over in 5 minutes.
Yeah,
because he kept trying to protect her.
True. And how he could escape with her, because that's one of my notes that I made. I was like, because when I was watching this movie, I was so thinking that he was just going to be like, screw this and leave the daughter there. Because the friend was there, the friend's mom was there and everything like that. That's what I thought was going to happen. Is he was going to, but I know in the movie, the girls were fighting, so whatever.
I mean, granted, he thought he was going to get out.
Oh, yeah.
And the only other reason why I think he wasn't going to do anything to his daughter is because during the one song, Lady Raven, she was like, if you can release that and let that anger go of somebody, put your phone up.
Yeah.
And Riley does it immediately.
Right.
And I wonder to him if he was like, oh, maybe if she finds out who I am, she'll forgive me.
Right.
But it was definitely about her little bitch friend.
Right.
So, and even the conversation with the mom. At first, he was like, I know, it was like, oh, girls fight, haha. And then she's like, no, your daughter, this and everything. He was like, hey, you want to get pizza at 1 o'clock at Capri's or whatever? And I was like, the fuck.
That was such a good,
yeah.
Can I say, though, that was such a good American Psycho moment that he piped into there.
So
the way he handled that.
Yeah.
So the last thing I want to say about this movie is the cinematography of it. I absolutely love that when people were talking, you got that front face shot view. Like when he's talking to the
we're playing
the t-shirt guy.
Yeah, the t-shirt dude. God, I loved him.
Like we were playing
Skyrim
or
Starfield.
Guy too. Hello.
Oh my god.
I like the t-shirt guy, and I really liked him at the end. And where he goes, I ain't talking to nobody at work anymore.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes I feel like that.
Yeah.
I ain't talking to
M. Night doesn't always do that, but when he does, it's good.
I mean, of course, my kind of job, you can do that. But I thought it was so funny that he said he's like, I ain't talking to nobody.
Jonathan Langdon as Jamie.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about that. He was. Oh, he cracked me up. He was like, hey, Dad of the Year. You know what? I didn't get that T-shirt yet. Hey, Nancy, you got this.
Right.
And then, knowing he's a killer, the whole T-shirt thing. He's like, and I was like, oh my god, he's gonna kill him.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
I was like, God, he's gonna kill him. He's just gonna leave a trail of. Oh, we got the T-shirt.
Right.
That's cool.
Right.
Any final thoughts?
Yeah, well, actually, I was going to talk a little bit about the movie. Okay,
go ahead.
So a couple of the notes that I jotted down right before the podcast because I lost my original notes. I need to stop doing that. But anyways, especially since I have thousands of notebooks. But anyway, so my first note was I really didn't like the profiler woman. I mean...
I kind of have to agree, and I think it's because I've watched so many profiler shows that I looked at her and was like, "You don't know what you're talking about."
Yeah. Right? Yeah, because I had that same feeling.
I almost feel like he did that as a writing device. Oh yeah, we're gonna have a profiler, but she's gonna be suspiciously off compared to anyone who's obsessed with profiler stuff.
I guess. Yeah.
She's just gonna be so far removed of Friday night Criminal Minds viewing, that it's gonna annoy the audience that she didn't do anything cool. Like she tasered shirtless Josh Hartnett. Like that was her big thing. Like
right. Yeah, and then she was like always in the, what do they call it, the foreground? Is that right?
She was. She was very background-ish.
Yeah,
but
background. There you go, background-ish. No.
Not to cut you off, but one of the scenes that I really did enjoy was when he had the earpiece in, and he was legitimately like right down the hall from her.
Oh,
and that shot of her being in the room, like, oh, yada 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 yada, like this, yada yada, and then he's got the thing. He's just like, oh, I just need to get out of here, man.
Right.
Fuck it.
Yeah. So, and then another one is let's see. So I did want to mention that. You already said that it's his daughter, M. Night Shyamalan's daughter. I really thought she was a really good singer, and that I liked all the songs that were in the movie that she supposedly wrote or sang or sung or whatever.
I'm saying I'm gonna hop on Spotify tomorrow, and if I thought my daughter was obsessed with K-pop Demon Hunter, she's about to get a ton of Lady Raven.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm on the same boat as you. I'm gonna look and see if there's a soundtrack with these songs on there, because I might actually get that, because I liked the songs. They weren't too bad. They were pretty good. And then the character of the killer, I put on here. Let's see. So I liked the fact that he went from so-called normal to creepy, and stuff like that. Like in some of the interactions he had with the people inside the place, and nobody really noticed. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if that was camera work or M. Night
Shyamalan.
I can never say his name. Shyamalan's. There you go. Shyamalan's.
Shyamalan.
There you go. Shyamalan's. Whatever. The way he was filming it, but some of the expressions that he was making, like when he heard something that he didn't want to hear or he didn't like this crazy look came over his face, and then all of a sudden he just went right back to normal, and like, oh hey.
The half shots of his face with everything else, being the focus, I was like, oh my god, that's.
You didn't notice the crazy look that he just had on his face,
And I think that's what creeped me out about this movie is that the way that it was shot, because again, like in movies you're used to seeing like two people talk, and you see like from the side view or they switch around, but the cinematography of just you got it on the hill, you hit the head on the hit
the nail on the head.
Head on the nail on the head.
Yes, thank you. About Skyrim, it's very much true. Like, hey, stop kicking chickens. No.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Throw me in jail? I quick saved. Fuck you. Like.
Yeah,
and then, I love Bethesda games for that though. Hello, we're talking now.
Oh, and then the speaking of the so-called friend's mother, I mean the way she was starting to snap on him and stuff like that, and then I like you said, I kind of liked how he spun it around on her, whatever.
He was just doing
she was starting to make a scene, and the
American
cops were
Psycho.
looking. That she was starting to make a scene, and the cops started paying more attention.
Yeah, he was just doing a Bateman homage.
Yeah, exactly.
That whole time it was awesome.
I thoroughly enjoyed when she was like, "You don't want to mess with me. I got a dark side." And I'm like, "You have no idea who you're talking to." Like again, I rooted for his character,
right,
until the end. It's like, oh, like you didn't want to believe that he was the bad guy, but everything pointed to that.
Right.
So.
And then there was a scene in the movie that I really thought was really funny. It made me laugh, and it actually made me laugh out loud. As the scene was when they were on the stage, they got up on the stage, and when the friend, or the so-called friend, seen her on stage,
when she spit her water out or whatever on her,
and on her mom, and then her mom called her, what was it? I think
a little beast.
Yeah, a little beast.
Yeah,
or something like that. I was like,
you little beast.
Yeah, exactly. I thought that was so funny. I was so waiting for her to be like, you little beast.
That's what I was at. No, it would have been funny if she cussed her out in the Lady Raven song, just like SpongeBob, the swear word or whatever, the dolphin song.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I thought that was funny when they showed them, and the fact that she saw how bratty her daughter was.
The look on her face when she was like, oh, she got up there. Well, yeah, her dad told M. Night Shyamalan that she had leukemia or whatever.
Right. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, and then actually another thing about this movie, and I'm surprised he didn't. Well, I know he was with his daughter, so he couldn't snap. But I don't know. To me, I don't know if you guys noticed this. It almost seemed like I don't know if it was a serial killer part of him or whatever, but it almost seemed like he was looking down at certain people. Not to sound racist, but like...
No, I think, and not to get in like a full-blown like discussion over it, but I think because the way that he was abused,
right,
he found himself to be perfect.
Right.
Because he just stares at the lady that he firebombed.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's right, I did that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see his mom. And like, when I was watching it, I guess I must have like, I guess I was like so soaked into the movie what was going on. I was like, oh, that's crazy. Who's that old lady standing next to that poor lady who got, that lady's not real, never mind. I was like, she's not even medical. Who's just standing there?
Right. But yeah, so I thought that was interesting in this movie. And then, I don't know, like I said, and then jumping back towards the ending when he came back to the house and all that stuff. What you were saying, interesting, how he had the little, I think it was you, Jeff, that was saying how he had that little hidden door with the go bag.
I had no idea what that man was doing with that. Like, I was like, why do you have a magnet? What are you going to do to Lady Raped? Oh.
Right. Oh, and then the whole Lady Raven thing when she was, that's the reason why I think you got confused, because when they were in the car in the garage, he actually tells her, because she tried to do some psychological stuff to him, like trying to, Hannibal Lecter, where he was, how he was yelling at his son to get the reaction out of the serial killer. She was doing the same thing in the car.
Yeah, for the Red Dragon.
Where she was with the Red Dragon, she was doing the same thing to him, but he wasn't going for it when she was trying to, act like the superior mother or whatever.
Yeah.
She was doing that whole thing.
Yeah.
But she wasn't putting it. I think if she would have put a little more into it, then he probably would have went for it. But she was too soft-spoken. Or the way she was doing it is to me, it seemed like it wasn't having the same effect as in Red Dragon. So that's why it didn't work. But I mean, I think in that movie, I think she took a big risk, like doing all the things that she did. And then when she was in the bathroom, which I think you missed when we were having a conversation before the podcast, or no, it was you. It was you because you were on the couch. Yeah. So when you said that the guy died, and I was like, no, he got saved because of social media.
Yeah.
She was doing the whole social
power
media
of.
thing.
No, I didn't mean that. I just meant that I thought he actually hit the carbon monoxide thing.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what I had said on the couch. Yeah.
But yeah, that too, like. That's your go-to, your quickest, like, your worth as a celebrity to hop on social media to find somebody that quick.
Yeah, exactly.
That's insane.
Right.
Like, social media, like, the way that it gets, like, blown out of proportion sometimes, right. I think this was a very good use of, like, as a community.
Oh, I agree.
In the right way.
Yeah, exactly. No, I agree. Yeah. I thought that was good. I thought that was kind of cool. I was like, that she was able to do that passive, like, hey, and the luck that she actually had fans that were near the area or whatever. I mean, that was kind of cool. I mean, I know she just had a concert, but still.
I was gonna say, yeah, just the concert, just like,
right.
But again, to having the forethought to be like, let me just hop on live and see if I can find, like, here's the details, and like, could you imagine being in her situation? Like, oh man, I call 911. Oh, he's probably gonna kill his film.
I was thinking.
You want TikTok live here for a second?
I actually thought that's what happened. Like once he stopped banging on the door, and you heard.
I thought he murdered everybody.
I thought he like killed his family, real quick, just so he could get to her or whatever. Because
they were all one glass breaking sound.
Well, it got quiet. Right. That's why I thought, there goes everybody.
Yeah.
And then he was like, and then they weren't there when he opened the door. When she opened the door, I was like, oh shit. I was like. She just made him kill his whole family.
She didn't have to do that.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, she could have just left and then just told the cops where she was or whatever, called the police as soon as she got out of there. Oh, and then the actually they never showed it or they never said, but did he actually kill the limo driver? Because we didn't see him anymore after that. When he got into, I was like,
he must have.
Yeah, because I was like, what happened to the limo driver?
So there's the SWAT guy driving the limo that was going to take her out of there.
Right.
He had to have. Because there's no other real way besides things I was pretty much trained on to immediately attain someone's armor, as it were.
Yeah, exactly. Well, because they didn't even reference that because all of a
You
sudden
can't
he's in the armor.
magically
So
snatch
like,
a SWAT helmet off a guy
right
without,
Yeah, you
seizing
being the
him.
ex-military, right?
Yeah.
I was like, how that? Where?
If
where
you
was
need gear in an instant,
Right.
that's basically the only way.
I mean, unless he just stole it off the truck and they had extra gear, but then how could he? I mean, like
There was
I
no
didn't
time.
quite.
He came through a neighbor tunnel, like
Right.
they said. There was no time for him to do anything besides do whatever he did to a guy real quick,
Right.
and then.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, the magic trick he pulled of becoming a fan and getting out of that limo impressed the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I was like, how the hell did he?
Because
what
what I thought he was going to do with the clothes is I thought he was going to open the sunroof, take the shirts, and throw them.
That's what I
Yeah.
thought too.
Because all the fans would have been like, "Oh, Lady Raven gear, let's go!" And then the cop cars pulled up, and I was like, "We still got like 40 minutes of this movie left.
Right.
What is going to happen?"
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, well, as like you mentioned, and Jeff, you mentioned your best and worst Shyamalan movie. I would say out of the Shyamalan movies, I mean, I still have to watch a couple of them. I must have missed somewhere along the way. But I would say, to be honest with you, this was my least favorite Shyamalan movie. Only because the other movies I've seen of his were more thrilling, more psychological, more whatever. I mean, it did have a little bit of that, but it wasn't like my favorite Shyamalan movie, I would say, is The Village. That one,
Village
I was
is good, yeah.
Yeah, The Village was really good. I mean,
I
was like,
should
I know we're
led
probably
with
going to
mine.
cover that at some time, so I won't get too much into it right now.
After
But
Jeff.
right, but I mean, to me, that one was way more psychologically thrilling than this one. But yeah, I mean, that's really all I have on this one.
No, you're good.
I mean, I could give you the Koffin Click. I mean, the kills. Sorry, not Koffin Click. The kills. As far as I know, there was 0 kills in this movie.
Yeah,
there was a lot of injuries.
He did a lot of women pushed downstairs for some reason.
We've
Right.
pretty much established you can count the SWAT guy that was going to drive Raven away.
So
Well, okay,
yeah, so
and
at least
maybe the limo driver, but that was off screen, and I usually only count the
the
on
SWAT guy
kills.
that was going to drive Lady Raven
know what?
away.
Right.
He
You know what?
obviously must have done him in.
I'll give him 4 because we don't know if the women he pushed survived or not.
Sure.
That one lady took a tumble down the stairs. I was like, ooh.
Oh, and the Fryo bomb too.
Yeah,
We don't know if she survived because I know that shit's not good for you either.
not at all.
Right.
No, that
All right,
fucked
well,
her
we'll
up.
leave it up to you fans, or
It's
you
either,
listeners,
It's either 1, 3, or 4,
or 0.
Right.
or
Those
none.
are- yeah.
Right, or none.
It's
you
up
guys
to
let
any
us
of
know
you.
if you want to comment and let us know. You listeners, let us know what you think, and then Jeff will
Actually, I
let
was
us
looking
know
at
what you
something
guys
the
say.
other day. I was looking at something the other day. I typically listen back, even though I don't like to, because I have an issue with the sound of my own voice.
Oh,
Me
I
too.
listen to all
Another
of our
damn day.
episodes.
Anyway, does Amazon even have a way to say anything to our stuff? Because I have unlimited, and I couldn't really find it.
That, on a technical standpoint, that might be me. I'll have to look that up.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I wasn't trying to put you on the spot either. I was just wondering.
You're fine. I'll look into it. I would love some feedback.
Yeah.
Ratings? Koffin Click ratings?
Oh, I mean, I guess I should
Cascade ratings?
interject my favorite.
Yes.
before
Oh my
we
God.
move
Yes,
on.
please
Oh
do.
yeah. What's
So-
your favorite?
It's funny you said Village, because I was going to say the weird Salem Trials old-timer settler buff weirdo in me loves the Village. So honorable mention as a favorite. But
I
I
also.
am completely unable to decide between Sixth Sense and the Unbreakable Trio.
You know,
Oh, all right.
I always forget he did Sixth Sense.
I don't think I can go to my grave in however many years and I will never be able to decide between Sixth Sense and the Unbreakable Trio.
You know, I thought you were gonna say the one where Swing Away Marrow. Which one was that one?
Oh shit!
The alien one. I thought you were gonna say that.
Oh,
one.
Signs.
Yeah, Signs. I for sure thought you were
Oh.
gonna say Signs, but
Wacky space guy in
Yeah.
me.
yeah, exactly. That's why I
Wacky
was gonna say
space
Signs.
guy. Honorable mention favorite is also Signs. I freaking love Signs also.
All right.
But as far as absolute best movies by this man they call M. Night Shyamalan, I will never decide between Sixth Sense and any of the Unbreakable movies. Because Unbreakable, Split, and Glass are just fucking masterpieces to me.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Which one?
So let's do the casket rating or the coffin rating first, and then I'll introduce our new rating system.
Okay.
With an M. Night Shyamalan story.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna give Trap 3.5 coffins. This movie kept me on my toes. Because again, I did not know what was gonna happen, and the pacing to this was really good. Like you thought, oh hey, and like it was almost to the point like if he gets out, does the movie end? Like is that what's gonna happen?
I mean he does.
That's what I originally thought too.
But like having not seen this before, watching it for the first time, I'm like, oh, is the ending of this movie like he gets out? Like is he gonna get out? He's not really the bad guy. Josh Hartnett can't be the bad guy. Oh, he is the bad guy.
I mean, Josh Hartnett is a bad guy.
But not the guy. Sorry, that was my crap Zangief impression from Wreck-It Ralph.
No, because I only said that because I have a troubled... I don't dislike Josh Hartnett, but I have a troubled backlog or whatever you want to call it. Because somehow he is the guy who tried really, really hard to ruin one of the best, like, non-over-accentuating, homage-y war movies that ever was. Pearl Harbor.
Oh, he wasn't that, wasn't he?
He tried really hard to wreck that damn movie.
That's cool. He was also in 30 Days a Night.
Yeah. More backstory for y'all. I was stationed in Hawaii, so Pearl Harbor has like a deep significance to me, as well as the fact that I've never been able to confirm it, but my grandfather on my dad's side was some X amount of distance outside of the Oahu Islands while it was going on in his own patrol sub. So, yeah, Pearl Harbor has a deep significance to me. I know that's basically just like he threw a rock 400 feet away while,
right.
The Red Sox won the World Series in 2004. Right, so,
yeah.
Just something random. But still, with that combined with the fact that I was there at Pearl Harbor, like, to do the memorial and everything, it just sat with me a certain way. And, like, my machine-ass brain that works like a blueprint way more than I want it to, just seeing the Missouri laying underneath the damn water and being able to like pick out the little blueprint like things still, because all it did was get sunk in freaking not dry dock, but dock. Yeah, it just hit me a certain way.
Grandpa threw a rock
into
the river. It affected the wind. The Red Sox won the World Series.
Yeah.
I learned an interesting statistic about that just recently.
What?
Is that it still is leaking oil to this
No,
day.
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
The World War II era battleships used a shitload of crude oil.
Yeah.
To actually go as quick as they did, and it wasn't even that quick.
Right.
Coffin rating?
So I was spending the last day or two trying to figure out if this was even in my top 10 for Shyamalan. But I don't think it is. It's good, and like I said, I love all the little mini Bateman homages and stuff. But let's go 3 3/4 coffins.
Fair enough.
Just to be somewhere in the pack.
All right, my coffin rating, I only gave it a 2. Sorry, guys.
No, I can. But I can definitely see that.
Yeah.
So,
but like I said, it was a good movie, and I did like it. It was paced good and everything like that. It's just I was expecting it to be more of a, oh my God, what's gonna happen? And to me, it didn't get. I didn't get there with that.
Yeah, I did want a little bit more out of it.
Like I said, the most part of that movie, this movie for me was like, what is he gonna do with his daughter? How's he gonna get out of this without her figuring it out? That was the only part of this movie that I was like, oh. But other than that, I was like.
Yeah, that
by the way,
I have a thought earlier actually with expecting more. Mm-hmm. I was thinking about it right after I finished it the other night for the second time. Is the only way this movie could have been better is if he's the same character, he's the serial killer guy, but it was somehow he goes to the concert on some sort of weird social media setup and he doesn't have a family.
Oh, okay.
That's a good thing I wasn't his kid. Hey, you want to see how the show works? Dad, let's go. And Mario jumped down it. So the new rating system we're going to introduce, and this was actually, I believe, Justin's idea, because I like to give credit where credit is due.
Do you want to say the name? Or?
Is how scary these movies are to us.
I'm sorry. The idea was mine. He came up with the name.
Okay. Yeah. And I'm the one talking about it.
Don't want to steal your thunder, but I came up with the idea. But you came up with a good
name. You're not
stealing
any thunder.
Yeah,
you're not. Come up with decent...
Right, no, but you came up with a good name. I didn't have a name for it. I just thought of the idea.
So, I'm very happy that we settled this.
Right.
Juan came up with the idea, Justin named it, and I'm the one introducing it. Is this how the government's supposed to work? Anyway.
And I mean, I couldn't have come up with it anyway, because I have trouble finding a movie that, like, lets me feel anything, much less, like, fear. You're about to get a short anecdote from me to introduce this. So, what's the name of this? Because. All right, perfect. And we've chosen to adopt. I don't know if that was a horror movie enough. Though. Right. They'll try and fix it, but and being nerds, I guess like a little bit of us, our personalities all slipped into this. The ranking system for this is the video game ranking system. Video game letters, yes. So S tiers, but. Or S ranks. So y'all can figure it out. An abacus with, letters instead of beads representing math numbers. It's fine. Just go with it. So I'm gonna give real quick, the abacus is our rating system for how freaky. If these movies scared us or not. Yeah. Like by how much. So from like deep panic, this might change the way my life works for a bit. Yeah, dreams, hard dreams. Why did we watch this? There was nothing here. As an example, kind of a softball pitch here. As an example, speaking of M. Night Shyamalan, because you bastards just reminded me about this. If I were to rank Signs for how scary it was to me, I'm giving it a B. Because, for whatever reason, the scene of when Joaquin Phoenix is watching TV and they show the alien like walk out of a birthday party. Oh yeah. That scene freaked me out so much that I turned all the lights on in my house and finished that movie. And for some reason, I couldn't watch the news for like a few days. It is something about how that scene is done. It's not about the crop circles. It's not about Mel Gibson. It's not about any of that. Just that scene of that alien, like that green alien, just walking out of the birthday party. Freaked me. Brownish, whatever the hell it was. But you're right. Yeah, but that is what got under my skin so bad. Yeah. That I turned all the lights on in my house. Nope, not doing this. I don't care if it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Well, parents are in Mexico. It's fine. I mean, but based on what I just said, that's kind of an S. If it affected your life for a while. Well, other movies have affected me worse. Yeah. So, but as an example, B. As for this movie, though, I'm going to give this a C because I thought by the trailer that I had originally seen, which is obviously what led me to want to watch this. I thought I was going to get more. It was good. It kept me on my toes. It made me anxious. But I'm also anxious when I'm driving to work. So, I'm gonna give it a C.
So just for clarification, how does the ranking go? Like from worst to scariest, how does the ranking go?
So F.
So the fans are clear on how it goes.
Perfect. F? So F will be not scary at all. Mm-hmm. Like, I fell asleep watching it. Yeah, what I was saying, like, why did we watch this? Why is this a horror podcast? Ha, ha, ha. Right. So, D would be... A jump scare. Yeah, like, a jump scare or something... It had the makings of something, but nothing took you out of it. C, or something took you out of it. Yeah. C is, like, several jump scares or a few. Yeah, so, like, to me, this movie is a C because it's... You want it to grab you. You want it to do the spooky thing. Yeah, I guess alternatively, C could be like several decent suspensey elements or something too. B would be, B is it unnerved you. Yeah, like it was the start of like a thought-provoking, oh shit, or something. Yeah. Like seeing a space alien in a M. Night Shyamalan movie with Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah. Okay. A is that, okay,
There's like multiple thought-provoking, oh geez, what's going on?
Yep.
Like the beginnings of like overly thoughtful, thinker, heady movie kind of.
Yeah, like this is really getting to you. And then the S rank is
right, nightmare fuel.
Top tier here,
yeah. So just everything, and it's gonna affect the way your life is, not just for a while, almost permanently.
As another example I can give, arachnophobia would be an S rank for me.
Yes.
And then just to clarify, what was B again? That was
B is it unnerved you.
Unnerved. Okay.
Like it made you feel uneasy.
Yeah, it was the start of heady or start of something provoking that's like, oh geez.
All right, so there you go, fans. Now you know how our ranking is going to go. All right, so my ranking with this new ranking, the abacus, is going to be. I'm also going to give it a C because I thought, it was a good premise, but it didn't really go anywhere for me. So that's what my ranking is. Justin.
Yeah. So I theoretically should go by all the damn shit I just explained and do slightly higher with the beginning of thought-provoking. Because of my own random tendencies, it did do that a little for me. But the overall flow of the movie, I just feel like it was a D. Like,
combo breaker!
There's just a couple, 2-3 things that were like, ooh. And that was it. But and the rest of it, why I've been like lightly raving and not acting like it's a bad movie or something.
Raving.
Yeah, raving, is the fact that I'm just a M. Night Shyamalan kind of like mini fan anyway.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm the same way.
I don't know. I've always been mildly obsessed when he comes out with stuff.
I thoroughly enjoyed this. So, next movie on the list is Heretic. It came out November 8th, 2024. This was directed and written by Scott Beck and Brian Woods. One of these directors, I can't remember which one. In the interview that I watched to get some behind the scenes stuff, I was wearing a Cubs hat, so that made me happy. So, this movie stars Hugh Grant as Mr. Reed, Sophie Thatcher as Sister Barnes, a 2-time star of the Koffin Click podcast, because we also watch Companion. Mm-hmm. Chloe East as Sister Paxton. And Eric... and Topher Grace as Elder Kennedy. The second time he showed up in this movie, I was like, that's Eddie Brock. That's Eric from... Oh my God, it's Topher Grace. Like, such a weird person to have play a character that has less than 4 lines of dialogue. But anyway, so my fun facts for this movie are Sophie Thatcher and Chloe East were both raised Mormon and were able to give valuable insight into religion when shooting the movie. They are no longer Mormon. Not because of the movie, but because of...
That would be so nuts, though. Right?
I know, that'd be funny.
Everything happens in the movie, and they're like, "We're not Mormon anymore."
So
I give up.
So I'm gonna end up talking about it a little bit. One of the reasons why I wanted to watch this movie was because of Hugh Grant.
Yeah.
But Hugh Grant once stated in an interview, "I'm getting bored of playing obvious roles and being typecast," because he did all the romance movies in the 90s and 2000s.
Rom-coms and whatnot. Yep.
Writer-director Scott Beck and Brian Wood saw this interview and wrote the character of Mr. Reed with Hugh as their top choice for the role. So, this was technically 2 facts, but I jammed it into 1, and this made me very happy about this movie, and I want to find it on DVD or Blu-ray, 4K, whatever. And I want the directors to sign it because of these 2 facts. This is one of my favorite movies. Shot in chronological order, and it was also shot over a period of a month in Vancouver. So to not only chronologically shoot this movie, I mean, technically you only had one stage. You only had the one place where everything went down, technically. But to shoot it in chronological order and in a month, and it be this good of a movie, chef's kiss. So
the beginning could just be like B-roll and like
it essentially was, and we'll get into it. When I started this movie, I had one of my headphones on, and I didn't know. I thought I clicked the wrong movie because of the opening conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I was like, am I watching the right? I guess I am. So the moment Mr. Reed misheard Lou Gehrig's disease as blueberry disease, in reference to how Sister Barnes' father died, actually happened to director Brian Woods at a family dinner.
Oh.
I also want to bring up one more thing. And I've talked about this a few episodes ago. For whatever reason, it got brought up. I'm a Letterkenny fan, as far as, and so is Justin. We'll have to get you hooked on Letterkenny.
Figure it out, bud.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Your spare parts.
Sure who that is.
Your spare parts, aren't you, bud? So the spin-off show is Shoresy. And me and my wife just finished the last season. So there's that episode where they do the cold open, and it's them saying blueberries. So every time I hear somebody say blueberries now, it's just 5 Canadian guys saying the word blueberry over and over again.
Blueberries.
Blueberries, blueberries, blueberries. So dumb. So while climbing/descending the stairs in the beginning, Sister Paxton brings up singing, and Sister Barnes mentions how she dislikes her own voice. Sophie Thatcher, the actress who plays Sister Barnes, performs a cover of Knockin' on Heaven's Door that plays during the credits. Now, I'm just gonna jump directly into this movie. This, in my eyes, is the quintessential movie about religion. This hit everything for me. This movie was completely packaged. It works. I honestly feel like the most devout person can watch this movie and it's going to make you question your faith. I fully believe that. But there was one thing about this movie that completely threw me off. And it's actually something that happened between us as friends. So a while back, we were playing Call of Cthulhu.
Yes.
And every time that we've played a campaign, Juan does this really good job of creating a character that is so appears normal on the outside, but is so fucked up on the inside that it rattles me as a DM. And Juan, I've told you this before in the past, but I will say it on the pod, so it lives in infamy. It is players like you and Justin that make me a better DM for going off the rails.
Oh, yeah.
So I just want you to know that at the end of this movie, when I heard Knocking on Heaven's Door, I didn't think it was Sophie Thatcher. I thought it was your character from Call of Cthulhu in your group, the Bee's Knees.
Oh, yeah. The Bee's Knees.
And I started laughing, and I was like, this wasn't a movie to laugh about, Jeff. You should stop. But, I was like, oh, my God. A really nice, memory. But, yeah, that was because your character, because they were set in the 50s, wrote all the songs, and then later on in the 80s sued. You were the joke was that you were going to sue Guns N' Roses for doing your stuff. Yeah,
right.
if your character survived long enough.
Right.
But yeah, that was
such a
yeah, because it was a big band guy, and he wrote all the songs that Guns N' Roses supposedly did, but he wrote them first. And it was like a copyright thing where they just made it rock, but it's originally my music from the 50s.
Cthulhu shows up, knock that shit off.
Right.
So the reason why I wanted to watch this movie was because of Hugh Grant. As I've stated before.
Soft ghost.
Right, yeah. As I've stated before, I grew up and thankful to my mom showing me all of his rom-com movies. Funny British guy. That goes completely out the window in this movie. In terms of movies about religion, my top movie about religion is Dogma.
Oh, I was just going to say that when you said that your religious movie and you thought this one was better, I was going to say Dogma's.
Yeah.
But then again, I got to finish watching this one. Sorry, fans. I didn't get to finish watching this movie, but I want to watch it. So when I go home tonight, I'm going to watch it all the way through because I do love religious movies. And I love talking logically about religions to other people, kind of what he was doing at the beginning of this movie, which I did see. when he was mentioning other religions and their beliefs and stuff like that. So I love talking those kind of conversations to people that are open-minded enough to do so.
That's
I love those.
That's the other thing too. But like to break religion down between like board games and covers of songs and into iterations, that's kind of what sealed it for me here. But there's something Hugh Grant says in this movie that completely threw me for a loop. And I hope I live long enough to see it, even though I'm not a religious person myself. No, I don't need to be saved. Thank you for the comments. He says that... Listen, you can hit me all you want. It's not going to knock anything into me.
No, be healed.
No, I mean, I guess if we're gonna go there based on this movie, I mean, I was confirmed Catholic. I went to Iraq and Afghanistan, got in a foxhole or two, and realized none of this shit makes sense anymore. I'm gonna just do whatever. So yeah, we're a bunch of failed guys.
Since we're saying I was born and raised Catholic, but I consider myself now as an adult as an atheist. But like I said, I do love talking religion.
I will jump in this metaphorical boat with you guys. I don't know why I said a boat. I will open up too. I was born and raised Catholic, went to another church, found out that Catholics during service is a workout. A lot of sitting and standing. God, I hated it. Anyway, I had kind of religion jammed down my throat, not in a abusive sense. I want to make that very clear.
Right.
I was not religiously abused.
Yeah, same here.
But I had it kind of jammed down my throat. And I did what any other person does when that happens. I turned to witchcraft. So,
well, I didn't do that, but
sorry.
No, that's okay. That we don't agree on.
Well,
not that I don't agree with
while
witchcraft,
you listen
but
to
I love
heavy metal,
about it.
I listen to emo music. So
Right,
anyway,
yeah, I listen to heavy metal. Yeah.
But anyway, Black Parade, bitches. But no, this
Did you
movie.
say Blackberry?
No, Black Parade.
Oh, I said Blackberry.
Dude, you can't summon an entire generation with just one note.
Hey,
Dude.
I just did it. You talking about Blueberry? I thought you said Blackberry.
Mama, we're all gonna die.
So, but again,
Don't come after us, OCO.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Don't hate us. Sorry, we're just.
I wanted to watch this movie because of Hugh Grant because I wanted to see what he would be like as a villain. Mm-hmm. If Hugh Grant doesn't do more roles like this, be typecast as this guy now.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, watching this movie, I sincerely felt like the friar from the animated Robin Hood movie was talking to me, which made this far worse. But back to my original thing. There's a line he says in this movie that he says that, talking about religion, about how, just the basis of it, just like the story of Jesus, about what happens to him is the same thing that happened to Krishna. It's the same thing that happens to Osiris. It's just the same story repeated over and over and over again. And the most biggest sense, the most prominent, popular version of it is Star Wars, and that maybe some years, eons later down the line, Jar Jar Binks will be a religious figure. Misa don't want that at all.
Yeah, would be regarded as a religious saint, yeah.
There is the theory that he is a Sith Lord.
No, that's not what I was going to say. But yeah, there is that theory. But I was going to say there are people actually nowadays that consider themselves Jedi.
Yes, there's
because they're trying to turn it into a religion.
There is enough.
I've heard that.
There is
more military context. You can actually have Jedi put on your dog tags.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Good
to know.
Right. Again, if American schools had S ranks, I would have cleared everything. Now you're telling me that if I would have gone into the military, I could have had Jedi?
As your religion, yes.
But with that same token, not to get off track, but with that same token, so can't you actually be a Sith then now too? So
I'm sure, but technically,
claim Sith as your religion.
You couldn't, because there can only be two at a time.
Yeah,
and a master and an apprentice.
You know what? I never did understand that. Not to get off topic.
We are not talking about Star right now.
No.
We do not have time.
Save that
I know all about the rule of two, but we do not have time for it.
Yeah.
Okay, no. We'll save that for another time.
There's an old wrinkly man and his horned friend. Anyway,
we'll save that for another time.
But no, the way that Hugh Grant or Mr. Reed breaks religion as like an idea in this movie, it makes you think about it. And as we've stated, we're not very religious, so I'm not going to get into the context or the theology of it. But this movie is so fucking good. Like, again, I don't know Hugh Grant personally, but I feel like he should be like a cousin or an uncle of mine. And like, that's who should have explained religion to me.
Well,
him or Sean Connery, because I wouldn't have understood it either.
Well, that's what I was going to say earlier, is this movie is like the first piece of media ever that actually does like the first fair shake for religion. And it took what?
Hey.
30,000 years?
Hey.
Or some shit?
No. It's not the first religious film to give it a fair shake. Just can't skip over Charlton Heston like that.
What are you talking about?
Ten Commandments.
The Ten Commandments,
God.
Yeah. Well, actually, I was going to say,
there's a play about Jesus' Technicolor red coat or whatever.
Right, but before we started recording, didn't you say he was nominated?
He got nominated for a Golden Globe for this film.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
From what I've seen of it so far, he did a really good job.
I hope this revitalized his whole career.
Yeah.
This movie is so good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like the only thing I was thinking at one point during the movie is like, I just need more villain Hugh Grant.
Oh my God, yes. Put him in DC. Put him in Marvel. Put him in, I don't know, an Iron Horse. I don't care. I just need mean Hugh Grant.
You know, I thought of another problem, though. Because there's also Richard E. Grant, the actor who's a villain in things.
Who is also in Death of a Unicorn.
Exactly. And he is very similar looking, British guy-wise, sadly.
Then you know what? And then you know what we do? We do another Indiana Jones film. We just keep having Harrison Ford do those. Because that is a good idea, kid.
Till you're 90.
Till he's 90. Just do a new Indiana Jones movie and have Hugh Grant and Richard E. Grant be the evil British guys. Even though Richard E. Grant isn't British.
Okay, so there's a rule of one for evil British guys that's different from the rule of two in Star Wars, so we can't get into that either.
Right here, right now, episode 19 of the Koffin Click podcast. Hugh Grant's eventually going to play a Bond villain.
I hope so. That would be so sick.
But like,
Sydney Sweeney might be blonde or Bond apparently. If we're going off of the current discourse of
there's
media.
a lot of names that are being thrown around for Bond.
I kind of like what you said the first. Be blonde.
Yeah, she is blonde. Yes, I misspoke. But if we're going off of current media discourse, what the powers that be want you to think in your current days of life.
That's her.
Sydney Sweeney is going to be Bond at some point.
That's her Bond girl name. B. Blonde.
Yeah. Blonde. Yeah.
No, wherever it goes, I'm perfectly fine with it. But
so you mind if I go next? Since
technically finished. Yeah, I'm so sorry.
I'll give you my real quick notes from what I have seen of this movie so far. It looks really good. I can't wait to finish watching it. Sorry again for not watching the whole thing.
We probably shouldn't go into it too much.
Yeah, I had a company thing today, and I wanted to watch it, but I didn't get around to it, so sorry. But anyway, but what I have seen of it, I really enjoyed the conversation at the beginning that I did see already. But like Jeff, at first, when the movie first started, I thought I was watching the wrong movie.
That opening conversation, I was like, whoa, because that's when I realized that Sophie Thatcher was in this. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, it's the girl from Companion. Oh, she better not be a robot in this. I'm gonna fight her.
Yeah.
I wouldn't actually fight Sophie Thatcher.
Right. But I did notice, I don't know, I'm pretty sure it comes into play later on in the movie. I'm pretty sure it comes into play later on in the movie, but I did notice when he was having the conversation with them on the couch before they moved into the next room, and he was asking about her father. She kind of like rubbed her arm, and I noticed there was a scar there. So I'm not sure if that has anything
do you want me to tell you, or do you want to watch the movie?
I'll watch the movie.
Okay.
Let me
so
see
yeah, we'll keep this short.
Right. So I did notice that she had a scar, so I'm pretty sure that comes in play somehow because he noticed it. So it has to be something that has to do with the movie. Like I said, I'm pretty good at figuring out the way movies work.
Yes.
But I don't know.
Who likes Burger King? What the fuck fuck is going on?
Oh, yeah, that conversation. Yeah, I did see that conversation.
Oh.
I love when she was like rattling off all the like restaurants. And, she was like, did she say Rallies? No,
Rallies and Checkers,
Checkers. She was like, what? She was like, In and Out on the East Coast. And I was like, I never thought about it like that.
Right.
No, that was more the what Captain America meme is that, where he's like, he's out of line, but he's right.
Oh, yeah.
Or she's out of line, but she's right. Because I love Rallies and Checkers. It is very much a local staple for those of you who don't know.
Yeah.
My family would go to freaking Rallies all the time, and I freaking love it to this day.
I'm sorry, side note, I do not like their French fries. But
okay,
so
curly fries are magical.
No, the seasoned fries, I didn't like those.
Yeah, they're seasoned curly fries. Yeah. They're delicious.
No, not me.
Okay, because we're talking about food. We're talking about like places. Y'all can suck at Portillo's' peak.
Oh no, I agree.
I could eat at Portillo's.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah, the burger, the beef, you're not wrong. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Baptized.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I agree.
I just get a beef and cheddar.
I get mine baptized. Plus, I get more juice on.
I was gonna say, fuck the sandwich. Just give me a thing of that juice.
Yeah, exactly.
That gravy.
Oh,
yeah, I like
the juice.
But anyway, so that's I'm only up to the point where they're sitting on the couch and having that conversation about fast food. But I'm looking forward to getting into the rest of this movie, so that's all I really have to say. But I do still have my Koffin from what I've seen of it. And your description of the movie, what we just talked about so far, I do have my Koffin rating for it already, and my abacus rating for it.
We all need to say it that way.
Alrighty, and I do have the kill count.
Because.
Yeah.
Justin?
So, yeah, I always seem to bring up heady movie, blah, 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 and homage for some reason, too. I guess because I live in the past or something, whatever. So be it.
I like every time you say blah, blah, blah.
I do too. It's one of my favorite things that you say.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I anticipate. Like there have been times on this podcast where I've tried to get you to say it, and you say it anyway.
No shit.
You know, I was thinking they're gonna create a drinking game with us, because as many times have I heard myself say a couple of things already on the podcast, and then you say blase blah, blase blah, blah blah. Now I can't say it. Blase blah.
Yeah.
Whatever it is you say, now I can't say it for some reason.
I'm
making myself laugh, so I can't say it. But yeah, they're gonna end up coming up.
There's that one episode where I was like, "You stay away from her, you bitch," and we weren't even like, we were talking about Alien Romulus, and I was fucking saying it.
Go ahead, sorry.
No, it's all good. So yeah, that is because I do indeed love heady movies. You know, thinking movies, whatever the hell stupid ass shit you want to call them, honestly. But yeah, something that like engages, you know, I don't know, like philosophy think or whatever the hell you want to go with. This is one of those, and the reason I bring that up is because probably one of the greatest things I've discovered in my life so far is when you get the right combination of heady movie and also horror movie, it is literally just chef's effing kiss. And it doesn't happen all that often. I think we've had like maybe 2 or 3 so far where I was essentially on about it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I've always loved that. And I don't know. And the weird thing with this isn't based on a book, Jeff, right?
Not that I saw, because if it is, I need to go find that book.
Yeah, same.
Technically, it is based on a few books, but
yeah.
Good one.
Even the Book of Mormon, apparently. No way.
Right. I always wanted to read that. That's the one I have not read yet.
There's a line in this movie that I wouldn't get tattooed on me, but I kind of want a poster of it, and I don't really I just need it to be the sentence. I might just make it. It's a piece of paper without it. They're talking, and she's like, "Oh man," she's like, I was like, "Book of Mormon." She's like, "South Park made that play. It seemed fun." Just like, what the fuck? I was like, that's right, the Book of Mormon.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that is what it's actually called. But no, I'm like, I'm only bringing up book stuff because like it seems like 9 times out of 10, all the best ones are originally a book and then became the movie with the heady movie genre or whatever you want to go with. And yeah, this is one of them. And I already said the thing about this is like the first piece of media I can remember that's like a baseline for just learning about religion.
Oh, if somebody was getting into religion, just show them this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This and Dogma.
It is like
you
the
will.
fairness. Yeah, Dogma is obviously the top of that damn list, but just the satire and yeah.
What's it? Golgothan? Golgothan? Was it?
Oh, the shit demon? Yeah, the Golgothan.
What's his name?
Nope, you're good. So Koffin ratings, I'm going to give this movie 4 Koffins. This movie crushed for me. This was so good. And as for my abacus score, I'm going to give this a B. There's really no jump scares in this. But again, this is the extra bit that I needed that Trap didn't have in terms of like being scary to me. So
I'm gonna go 4.5 Koffins. Hugh Grant, obviously, that's been well discussed, and Sophie Thatcher coming out of nowhere, like coming up with yet another awesome, outstanding young female actress with super acting chops.
She is
I don't understand
so good.
Like between her and like as far as like newish, her and Kaylee Spaney playing like a perfect like Baby Ripley for some reason. Like,
yeah.
There's just so many young female actresses that can act their fucking ass off.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. Sophie Thatcher kills it in this. I kind of want to find more of her stuff.
And then your abacus.
I mean, why do we have to come up with this one?
We don't have to.
We should have what is it? What do they call it? A clip.
All
for this, the way to say it, and that way we can just say what our rating is.
Oh yeah, I'll clip it.
Yeah, voice clip or whatever.
I mean, it's just because the location we're currently at, I can't do it how I wanted to do it in the first place.
You and I will go outside one day. I'll let you record it, and that's the clip I'll use. I got you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I got you.
Right. Okay. So what's your rating, sir?
I already gave it 4.5.
Oh.
No, but
it's a letter.
Yeah, the letter.
Oh, that was the Koffin. Okay, yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna go C because it's in the middle.
Okay. All right. So my Koffin rating, like I said,
the religion-y stuff is like shocking-ish, more so thought-provoking, and that is what I kept kind of going on about when we created this. So yeah, C.
Okay. So mine, the Koffin rating, like I said, I got to finish watching it from what I saw so far and what I've seen on the trailer. I'm going to give it a Koffin rating of 4. And my abacus is I'm going to give it an A because, like I said, I love movies that make you think. So I'm going to give it an A for that, even though I think I am going to keep it at that ranking when I finish watching the movie. But that's my rankings.
Wait, what was your letter for the abacus?
Oh, A.
Just based, and he didn't finish it, so just based off what he saw, he gave this an A.
Right.
And you know what? That is. I think you were correct in that assumption.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on to the last movie, and probably the most deranged.
Did you do yours?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry,
No, you're good. Thank you, though.
I just wanted to make sure you.
I gave it a B. So moving on to the last movie, which is probably the most deranged movie out of the 3. We have Death of a Unicorn, March 28th, 2025. Had I known what this movie was going to be, this came out the day after my birthday. I would have gone to see this, wholeheartedly. We would have all gone. But this movie was directed and written by Alex Sharfman. And I noticed that when I was putting these my little notes together, that I think this is the first week that we've ever had that all 3 movies were written and directed by the same person.
Oh, really?
Wait,
because Trap is written and directed by M. Night Shyamalan. Heretic was directed and written by Scott Beck and Brian Woods. And this movie, Death of a Unicorn, again, is written and directed by Alex Sharfman.
Oh, you just mean the writing and directing credit.
Done by the same person, which I don't know if that's a trend going forward, but they're all 3 original stories.
Well, it's definitely an A24 thing.
Yes, so Heretic is an A24 film, and so is Death of a Unicorn. And Death of a Unicorn is the most A24 film I think I have ever seen, and Hereditary and Midsommar are right up there with it. So, so this movie, this is what I love about A24 films, because you can have a jam-packed cast, and it works. So, Death of a Unicorn stars Jenna Ortega as Ridley, Paul Rudd as Elliot, possibly my favorite character in this movie, Anthony Kerrigan as Griff, the servant. I love him. Richard E. Grant as Odell, Tay Leone as Belinda, Will Poulter as Shepard. I think he stole this movie for me as well.
Sheppy. It's such a...
Sunita Mani as Dr. Burita, and then Steve Park as Dr. Song. So the little fun facts here. The sensors used by the scientists to detect the presence of the creature make the same sound as the motion trackers in Aliens.
Oh, I wanted to say that one because I didn't even have to look it up. I just heard it.
Oh, well then, you're going to enjoy the shit out of this, Justin. As well as the name and sound references to aliens mentioned elsewhere in this film, the scene where the main antagonists arm themselves and start to hunt is virtually a shot-for-shot remake of the first encounter with the xenomorph from the same movie.
Even one or two?
I'm going to say one. No, two, because that was a group of people, because the first Alien movie is just Ripley going up against the xenomorph. But even the poster of Jenna Ortega with her face closed, or her eyes closed, with the unicorn head, is a one for one shot with Ripley and a xenomorph. Yeah. This whole movie is apparently a just alien homage.
Yeah.
With a really funny scene at the end. That something caught me off guard, and I had to go back because I thought I missed it, and I didn't. But the same tapestry with a picture of a unicorn contained in a fence is also seen in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, which came out in 2009, when Harry and Ginny, thank you, I was going to get attacked, are about to enter the Room of Requirement.
Oh, yeah, yep.
If there is one person that I feel, in a fictional sense, that would love this movie more than anybody, I think that person is Tina Belcher from Bob's Burgers. Anyway, this is not only the most A24 film I've seen, this is the most Paul Rudd movie I have ever watched in my life.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
If this would have had Stephen Carell as the old guy, this would have just been a remake of 40-Year-Old Virgin to me.
Damn
like
weird.
This,
and then a weird daughter character somehow.
So let's go get some fucking French toast. But this movie, like the other two, and maybe it's just because they're newer and I knew all the actors and it's all current. This movie, did the one thing that I love that movies do, and I got it from Family Guy when they say the name of the movie in the movie. They don't necessarily say that. They kill the unicorn, which, like Trap, happens in the first 10 minutes of you know what's going on. And I was like, oh my god, they hit a
unicorn. Yeah.
So, and the fact that it pops up on screen as well.
Yeah.
But the scene that got my wife was very, very early on in the beginning of this movie, where Elliot drops the papers and Jetta's on his, Ridley, which is just a play on the name Ripley, by the way. Alex Sharpman, big Aliens fan, as you can tell. When she has her head on Elliot's shoulder, and he goes to grab the paper, and her head slams against the armrest of the airplane, just a thud sound.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny about Jenna, because I think we're 2-3 episodes away from finishing the second season of Wednesday.
Yeah.
And Wednesday's a really good show, but
we didn't even start season 2 yet.
I won't say anything about it. It's a really good show if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, I won't say anything either. I finished it already.
It's a really good homage to the original Addams Family, but that's not what I want to talk about. The only thing before I toss it to one of you guys that I want to say about this movie is I didn't know what this was going into it. I just saw Death of a Unicorn, Paul Rudd, Jenna Ortega. I was like, all right, I'm set for life. Like, what is this? And I think Anthony Carrigan's character, Griff, was the most reasonable person in this entire film, because at the end of it, they're like, we've never asked you for anything. You need to go out to the gate. And he was like, I'm sorry. You want me to do what? You never asked me for anything. Like when Sheppy is like, hey, Griff, bring me my printer. And this dude just walks in with the biggest fucking flat printer I think I've ever seen. Just, oh my God. Like, and Paul Rudd is so good in films like these to me. He is so, and this is why I think he's so good at Ant-Man. He is so far removed from what the actual main plot of the story is until the very end.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, that's what I was supposed to do. Got it. Like, but yeah, when he fucking hits the unicorn in the face in the beginning of the movie when Jenna's having her trip.
Yeah.
And just but yeah, Sheppy gets it for this, man. Will Poulter is so good in this fucking film. Are you snorting the horn? I have everything figured out. I just gotta capture. Yes, I am. Just keeps going with it. But yeah, when you guys can take over.
Okay, so I'll try not to make this too long because I know we're going real long and we talked a lot about the other movies. But so what you just mentioned, I was also going to mention the fact that after they first hit the unicorn with the car, and she walks up to the unicorn and she grabs the horn and she starts doing the trip and everything like that, I thought that was kind of messed up because like you're seeing the space or whatever it is and the magic or whatever that she's flying through. Right, they're flying through or whatever, and all of a sudden
she's trying to go to their home planet.
Right,
a vision quest.
Right. So she was having a vision quest, and then all of a sudden she jumps out of it, and he's like, "Bah!" like that with them. I was like, "Damn!" I was like, "Oh."
That was the sound.
Exactly.
The sound in these films, at least in this
one.
film.
That freaking Amazon tire iron going into a
Right.
Just
and then
Jenna's
like
horse with a horn.
Just Jenna's like reaction to the blood splash.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, damn. That's abrupt.
And that was also priceless, considering she acts Wednesday Addams as well.
It's true. But at least it cured her acne.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Which then made me realize, oh shit, unicorn blood. Like all like the nerd D&D stuff in me was like, I felt like that Leonardo DiCaprio Wall Street meme.
Hey.
Right. Actually, that's the one thing I. Well, okay, it's a different movie, different genre. Since you brought up Harry Potter or whatever, I was gonna say the blood. I wanted it to be silver.
Yeah.
It wasn't silver blood.
Well,
and everything I've ever heard about unicorns is they had silver blood. Even
silver doesn't sell tickets, baby.
I guess.
But Paul Rudd does.
Right. Even that old movie. Brad Pitt or whatever, wasn't that unicorn in that movie? Didn't it also have silver blood? The one that died in that movie. Probably you guys won't remember. I don't want to get another sidetrack. Huh?
You're talking about Willow?
No, it's the one where what's his name plays the devil. Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Are we talking about Legend?
Tim Curry?
Yeah, Legend. There's a unicorn in Legend too. Also, I should say not Legend 2. Legend also. It'd be awesome if they made a part 2 to that movie, but I'm not going to
Legend 2, too horny.
Yeah, exactly.
And the fact that this was a alien homage,
right?
Basically, it had to be like blackish purple.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, so that was the only thing I thought was disappointing about this movie is that the blood wasn't silver. But
not
other
enough
than that,
Geiger.
The movie was really good. I love it.
Exactly.
I like this movie. This is one of the movies I was looking forward to us covering. So once I heard this movie existed, I was like, oh, I can't wait till we watch this movie.
Me and Ellie were doing the same thing, bro.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I can't wait till we're gonna watch this damn one just because it's.
Plus, not to mention, we talking about D&D. I actually played a character.
Oh my God, you were You were a centaur, weren't you?
Yeah, centaur.
Oh my
unicorn.
God, he was.
I was a unicorn centaur.
That's right.
So that's another reason why I was looking forward to
Oh, that was for the
I mean, you were technically a unicorn centaur.
Yeah,
because I mean, you weren't technically a unicorn if you're half man, half centaur.
What was your thing for that?
But no, I'm just messing around anyway.
Yeah, Uday, and you were when you had the sword that would talk to you, and you had you would talk to the Juan. It was just a play on your name. Yeah, God, I remember that.
It was my deity.
Yeah,
was the
your
Juan.
deity was the Juan.
Oh, so I would have conversations with myself.
I gotta start playing again.
Fun. I missed that character. But anyways, back to the movie. I missed that
so much.
Yeah, so back to the movie. But yeah, so and then another thing I thought in the movie is I thought the butler and the maid, for some reason when we started watching this movie, I thought they knew about the unicorn.
Oh, I can tell you exactly why you thought you knew that.
Why?
Because the opening scene when the unicorn is laying on the ground dead after the maid shoots it in the face,
right,
is that the way that they break everybody up just in that scene. You have Elliot and Ridley, and then you have the two, the maid and Griff in the middle, and then you have the family. Right. So they're all split up into essentially not groups of three. Yeah, groups. They're all split into groups. Right. Because when in the beginning of this movie, when they after Elliot's acting all weird and Jenna's talking about being sick or whatever, they look at each other, and I thought they were ex-military.
Right. Well, I kind of thought the same thing, but I thought they were ex-military. I also thought that they were the guardians of the unicorn, like they were protecting the land.
The last unicorn.
because the way they were acting.
Wait, who was ex-military?
The maid and the butler.
The butler. Because they were dressed in all tactical black to begin with.
Right.
I mean, technically, it was just black butler clothes or whatever. But
I thought the twist for the movie was that they were going to act weird. The unicorn was just going to stay in the van. They were going to act weird, and they accidentally killed Odell's life supply. I thought that was going to be the twist. They knew about it. Right. Because when they're driving, or when he's talking to Elliot, he's like, Odell's like, "Oh, did you hit any big game coming up?" He's like, "No, we didn't hit anything."
Right.
Part of the car smashed it.
So their first reaction of when the car started moving or whatever, and to me it almost felt like they knew what was going on, and they were like the guardians or whatever, and these people just came and started living in the mansion or whatever, and they just played the role of, butler or maid or whatever. That's what the feeling I got at first. And then the way the movie progressed, I was like, oh, okay, whatever. I guess not. That theory was out the window.
The ending of this movie takes off so quick.
Right.
Justin, what do you think of?
I love so much. So, first of all, I'm watching a vlog, and I did get, this sinking feeling, why is the Nostromo a BMW? And why is there a guy with Ripley? What is happening right?
What's
Just
going
the
on?
way the beginning was shot, kind of.
Oh my God, it's a dickhead lawyer from Aliens.
But no, and I love this movie's version of to stay on the BMW, that this movie's version of the chestburster scene is a unicorn's head and horn busting out of the window of a BMW. It was so freaking priceless.
Yeah.
The only scene that I can see as the chestburster is when Dr. Song dies and the horn goes directly through, and it's just the hole, the back shot.
No, I know, but I just meant philosophically, because it's just a head and a horn going poof out of the window of a beamer. It was just so funny to me. I don't know why.
The kills in this movie, I didn't think we were going to get any. I was like, okay, this movie's really not bloody. It's just going to be a monster flick. And then at the end, when people start dying left fucking right.
Yeah, no, that was good.
That poor doctor.
It got me in a similar way, too.
That poor doctor got the worst of it, though.
It's not going to be gory or nothing.
Yeah.
It was. I was like, that's cool.
Actually, no. Odell got the worst. When he went to go grab the horn and...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that.
So one more thing, what I was going to
say is never cool.
Not to interrupt Justin, but one more thing I was going to say is, at first I didn't understand why they were there in the first place. Was he there to take over the company? Was he over there just to make their will? I was like, what's the purpose of them even being there?
Elliot was there to
other than them being rich people and creepy and weird and wanting to know about his family or more about him other than just business, whatever.
They wanted Elliot was a lawyer, and they wanted with Odell dying, they wanted a swift transition to wherever, and Elliot was doing everything he could so that him and Ridley could have a life, so that because his wife, her mom, had passed away.
Yeah, as far as I thought they said in the movie, I don't know if this is actually like the lawyery business takeover company bullshit term, but they were going there so Paul Rudd's character could be the proxy for the estate or something like that.
Yep, and then he brings the unicorn with, and then Odell makes him partner.
That's what explains all the family questions.
That's the question I had. Like the when you said the proxy, I was like, but the mom or the wife or whatever is still healthy, and the son obviously didn't want shit to do with the business. He wanted to do his own thing. So I was like, so he was just there to, like I said, take over the company.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah,
and
like she was legal just gonna, proxy for the company while Odell was in his dying bed or whatever.
I love how every time Odell said partner, Elliot was like, "Can we get this in writing?"
Right.
It'd be great right now. Can we do that?
Yeah, and they kept avoiding the question. Yeah, so that was the only part of the movie that confused me.
But other than that, it was all the crazy family questions too.
Right. Okay.
Because if you're literally handing like your work to another person to be sawn over for a time, you're gonna ask a bunch of wacky bullshit of somebody.
Yeah. And then the craziness they got into once they figured out it was healing them or whatever.
And I get it, like, rich family and whatnot, but Shepard had alcohol on deck, and no matter what room he was in, that cracked me up.
Yeah.
I like...
Oh, the kid? Yeah.
Yeah. I like when he finds his compound boat, and he finds Jenna outside, he was like, I never had much use with this, and he's holding it, like, all limp and everything. I was like, you're not going to do anything to anybody. But earlier I was talking about a scene that I thought I missed something, and it's actually a goof in the movie.
Yeah.
It's when it goes from night to day real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's dark in the house, Jenna falls out, it's night. I was like, did I miss something? But even just like in... actually, all three of these movies that we watched have these endings that are very open-ended. I won't give away the ending for Heretic.
Right.
But, obviously, Cooper in Trap survives. Do you guys think that they survived at the end of Death of a Unicorn?
I think so, but that's another thing I was going to bring up is that I was surprised that the unicorns saved the dad, even though he was the whole reason why that happened in the first place.
But at least he atoned.
I guess so, but then does that make them connected to unicorns? Back to what I was saying about the maid and the butler. So now they're going to be the guardians of the unicorn. So because they're connected since they brought him back to life, and now he's... I mean, he was like, they were running and how he was all waving his...
Again, Paul Rudd is an amazing actor. Just like the way that he waved at the unicorn, and the unicorn got close, and he was like, oh. And like, again...
Because the unicorn was saving them. That's how I took
it. Yeah. Oh, exactly. Like,
because even if they died in the car, the unicorns could bring them back, and they're like, oh, okay, you're our protectors now.
And it was definitely like you...
That's how I took it. Anyway.
No, and I think you're absolutely right. You freed us. Right. We're going to free you. But again, not saying anything. Just like, all right, sweetheart. It's like, yay!
Yeah, no, it's... I mean, if we're going off of like the inferred modus operandi of the film, the unicorns are like a semi-sentient alien race.
Right. Yeah, that's how
so they would notice that, and if they're semi-sentient and not like, Mega Brain or some bullshit from another planet, like they wouldn't recognize that the kid was hit by a car that he was driving, so they would have no reference for him or anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And they're just trying to protect her because she was the maiden.
And then all that they did notice when they were around with their baby unicorn or whatever, is that they were the ones attempting to not be dicks, essentially.
So can either of you explain to me why the unicorns went from dark gray to white?
Oh, I might have a theory on that. So when the baby unicorn got killed, and it was trying to resurrect itself, and they kept on killing it. I take it as, sorry, not to be chauvinistic, the male is the one that turned black. And the other one was still, or did they both turn black?
I think they both turned black because they're both like this grayish, blackish color.
Right.
And then when they resurrect their baby, I'm assuming it was mom, dad, and a child. Like that's what I took it as.
Yeah, exactly.
They turned white again.
Yeah, it's like all that evil got sucked out of them.
I think that's basically what it was. It was their anger, their what do you call it?
Yeah, just pure rage as parents.
Okay,
that's just like raging mode in the semi-sentient unicorn race.
Right.
Is that when you're raging over something happening to a child, you turn darker or whatever.
Right. Yeah, you turn.
Or
rage
the easiest
I definitely understand that.
And then when they turn white again, when they resurrect their kid, their baby unicorn, they all go back to being pure again.
I was gonna say like, so here's my weird like I guess in science like in Magic Fantasyland thing. Mm-hmm. If unicorn blood can heal you, does that mean that this unicorn was just no? She got her brain blown out. Never mind. I solved my own thing. Because to say like if unicorn blood can heal you, wouldn't that make unicorns immortal? Because they can constantly heal themselves.
Yeah, well, that's what the movie was saying.
But then again,
their powers was in their horn and it flowed into the rest of their body or whatever.
But then again, that baby unicorn did get its brain blown out.
Right.
That's the most. That was the only other jump scare in this movie. I did not think that was going to happen.
The movie, the way I took it is the unicorn was constantly trying to resurrect itself. Every time they killed it again, it was trying to resurrect itself. That's why the horn would glow or whatever, because that's what they were saying in the movie. I think they said it at one point, or the daughter said it at one point. She's like, they resurrect themselves, or somebody said it in the movie, that they resurrect themselves, and was what was going on. But then they kept on killing it, but the parents were trying to get it back. And then when they blew the brains out, it was still trying to heal itself. It was still trying to resurrect itself, but I guess it was because of the brains or whatever. I don't know. Maybe that's the reason why the mom and dad had to get together and connect horns and poof, and then everybody came back to life. Right. Yeah,
I thought the last thing I'll say about it is that I thought the mom, Belinda, was going to get super pissed that Odell got healed because I felt like she was just there until he died. Kind of deal.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh my god. I was like, because I was trying to think of what the twist of this movie was because it's death of a unicorn and that happens within 5 minutes. So I didn't know what this movie was going to be about. I was like, oh, and I was like, okay, what's the twist? What's going to happen? And it turned out that Will Poulter is really good at being a snot-nosed kid.
Yeah.
He got thrown so fucking hard at the end of the movie, and then he gets his head stamped in. Mm-hmm. Such a good film.
Yeah.
What's up?
I had like 2 things, and one of them magically floated away.
Like a unicorn.
Oh, yeah. So, that's why I already just jumped straight onto that, like, unicorns from another planet. Because as far as I always knew, like, unicorns in old lore, blah, 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 like the ones that could have been terrestrial or whatever, they didn't have glowing horns or anything. They were just, majestic creatures with healing blood.
They were land narwhals.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. Right. Land narwhals, yeah.
Yeah.
And you know how much I love narwhals, Jeff. So yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we know.
And then the other thing, I just thought the simplest, least thought answer for why black unicorns is because it's a giant alien homage, and the xenomorphs are black.
Yeah.
You got it. Yeah, you got that right.
Oh my god. Oh god.
And they were in evil mode, so the perfect hunter is the xenomorph. It all makes sense.
Given that logic, the queen xenomorph should have gone back to being a different color after she got a Snickers, because you're not yourself when you're hungry.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Let's just get into these ratings. It's getting late. Sorry about that. So I'm going to give this 5 coffins. This was a very fun, playful movie that, like, when my kids get a little bit older, I can show this to them and not have to worry about anything. Like, they've watched, like, portions of John Wick with me. Obviously, this movie has less shooting and less animal death. Nope, it doesn't. Never mind. But anyway, I think this is a really good movie.
I mean, it's just John Wick's dog once, by comparison.
Oh, boy. Could you imagine if John Wick had a unicorn?
Yeah, that would have been nuts.
Anyway.
Would he just be Johnny Silverhand from Cyberpunk?
Oh, my God, I hate you. I don't hate you. I love you. I got to finish that game. It's the only reason why I got it.
Because, like, that just seems like the totem animal that Johnny Silverhand would have as a Keanu character.
Well,
a unicorn.
But this unicorn's blood isn't silver, so would he be Johnny Purple Hand?
Or brackish purple hand? I don't know.
Yeah, Johnny Brackish. That's actually kind of dope. Like John Ambrose.
Oh, God.
Anyway,
Not that again.
I know. Anyway.
We need to go find our bucklers then.
Anyway, shit.
The Shield.
Yeah. God.
We're funny when we want to be. Only to wrestling fans.
I was going to say, yeah, just wrestling fans. Nobody else is going to understand that. So anyway, sorry. 5 Coffins. I absolutely love this movie. As far as the abacus goes, the abacus goes. See, this is where this gets tricky because I absolutely love this movie. I don't think it's not scary though.
No.
Right.
So I'm gonna give this a. I'm gonna give this a C. Just for the kills, because I thought we weren't gonna get anything. Like, I didn't think there was going to be any blood. I didn't think we were going to get anybody ripped apart, more or less, their heads stomped in by a unicorn.
Hell yeah.
So, I'm going to give this a C. There was some elements. I was very excited about things. But no, this movie isn't scary at all.
Okay, I agree with you. I gave this movie 5 Coffins. All right, I enjoyed this movie a lot. It was a really good movie. As far as the kill count, sorry, I don't want to forget. The kill count is 9 kills. And I can't remember if I included the unicorn in that one or not, but just in case, it should be 10 kills.
Oh, but
the one unicorn.
But it can't die.
Well, I know,
yeah,
but technically it got killed.
Why do I feel like we had this conversation on another episode?
Yeah,
about whether something was dead or not because it revived itself.
Oh, it was Children of the Corn.
That's right.
Yeah. But anyway, so 9 kills. We'll just say 9 because technically Unicorn did come back to life. Okay, so we'll just leave it at 9. 9 kills, and then as far as the abacus goes,
love it.
Wait,
yeah.
what was your? Oh, you did 5 already. Okay.
Yeah, the 5 coffin,
kills.
And then I don't know. I'm kind of torn, like you. I'm kind of torn. I was gonna give it an F because it didn't scare me at all.
Go F plus if you want. We can do that.
Well, no, but what I was gonna say is I was originally gonna go F, but I don't want to give it that bad of a rating because there was a couple of jumps that I did jump.
What? So you're gonna do E?
No, I'm gonna actually give it a D because that's what you guys said. Oh, if it made me jump, but it didn't scare me. So there was a jump when the doctor got killed. That kind of I was like, oh, wasn't expecting that. All right, so that did make me jump because he was the first kill.
I just thought the shot was really cool too, but it definitely scared me. I was like, wait, what is? Oh my god!
Yeah, exactly. So that made me jump. And then the kill when the way the unicorn killed the mom. I thought was really interesting, so that's why I didn't quite want to give it an F.
When it ate her guts?
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, so I'm going to give it a D. To be fair, I'm going to give it a D, but this is definitely a movie I'll watch again because I gave it a 5 as far as coffins go. But as far as scary, I give it only a D.
Mother, forgive me.
Yeah.
And he turns around and he walks away from her.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Right.
4.7 coffins. Literally 4.75. Literally only because Romulus is still a better alien homage. Other than that, it's a damn good movie.
Alex Sharfman, if you ever hear this, make Death of a Unicorn 2 and decide to buy me list things.
Speaking of alien movies, I can't wait to watch the new Predator movie.
Oh, Badlands.
Yeah. Badlands is going to be cool as hell.
Go ahead.
We should do
Alien Earth was awesome.
I know. I gotta. That's my next. That's my next thing.
I finally watched Alien Earth. And then the Abacus is... I don't know, D-. And that's literally only because of the gut thing you just mentioned.
Yeah. Fair enough.
It's just an entertaining movie.
Yeah.
I guess, because of fucking unicorns.
Right, yeah. And it's like... I just thought about this. I didn't even realize it. But it's three dudes talking about unicorns. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
does that make us bronies?
Shut up, Juan. That was not wonderful, you son of a...
So...
I'm sorry.
No, don't say sorry. We're not in Canada, damn it. I'm just
sorry.
Coming from a fan of My Little Pony.
Yeah, I didn't even think to add that into this.
Before I had kids, and I don't care anymore. I'll say it. The reason why I liked that show was for two reasons. One,
was it the Transformers crossover though?
That came later with the comics. Yeah, yeah, because it's all Hasbro.
Oh yeah.
So the reason why I liked My Little Pony is because at the time when I was going through everything, it was something that I could put on, and it wasn't connected to anything in my life. I could put it on, giggle, laugh, and just be...
Yeah, just like the mindless BS for your day and run through something.
Yeah, and the second reason before, he's like, oh, he's 38, he watches My Little Pony. Shut up. The amount of Star Trek actors in My Little Pony is insane. Like John Delancey plays a character by the name of Discord, who is a god of chaos. It's fucking Q. Come on, like...
Yeah.
And there's even an episode with a pony named, like, Cheese Whiz or something like that, and it's Weird Al Yankovic.
Yeah.
Like, Weird Al did it, so leave it. But yeah, I find that funny that you were like, does that make us bronies? And I'm just like, speaking of which...
I actually like Care Bears and Care Bear Cousins or whatever, so... For the same reason you liked...
it was just something to throw on, like...
Exactly.
Like, oh, I could...
I like Care Bears when they randomly appear in shit movie-wise.
Oh, yeah. That's good. That's good, too.
I like the meme Care Bears.
Yeah, that, too.
Like the angry, sleepy one.
Oh, yeah.
The hangry one or whatever it was. But anyway...
Grumpy Bear?
Yeah, Grumpy Bear.
Yeah. Told you I watched.
I'm a fan. I know what it is. That does it for us in this episode of Koffin Click Podcast. We're going to close the coffin on Trap, Heretic, and Death of a Unicorn. See you next time.
Oh. No, I was just going to say, and apparently there is a place for mindless things in horror.